I don't know. Three words that can cause a lot of stress and anxiety to some hypnotherapists and even coaches when they go into their client work and sessions and a client says this, right? You're trying to have the transformation for your clients and they just go, I don't know. So this is part two. And definitely check out part one because during that time and during that video, I talked about the reasons why um, I don't knows come up. And so today we are talking about the type of questions that actually you want to avoid because these are the types of questions that lead to I don't know answers. And so once you do that, I'm going to give you a different way to phrase your questions so that you prevent I don't knows from happening to begin with. And so when an I don't know comes, just take that as feedback. I talked about this in part one. This is simply just feedback. It is not the end of the world. And so if you treat it that way and just see it that way, that's just feedback that you're not there yet, you're not deep enough yet. That is really one of the best ways that you can approach it so that you stop putting pressure on yourself and then not have a very good session. So one of the reasons why I don't know comes up is because a coach or a hypnotherapist asks too much why questions that start with why. And so if you think about it this way, why questions lead to a very particular type of answer, which in the hypnotic questioning world, we call as more of like a cementing answer. It cements whatever it is that that happens afterwards. Why? Because, right? So when you ask a why question, the client, when they hear that, they will give you excuses. They will give you conclusions. They will cement in the reasons as to why they are still stuck. Let me give you an example. You have a client who has social anxiety, right? And they want to go out in groups or their social anxiety and they maybe want to start doing videos and the thought of speaking in public freaks them out. And so if you ask a question such as, why does speaking on video freak you out? They will give you an answer, well, because it's scary, because I don't know what to say, because I feel like an imposter, right? It just cements in those symptom problems. And so, and sometimes your client will ask, well, I don't know. That's why they came to you. That's why they came to you, right? For you to help them get to the root of it. So a why question is, especially at the beginning, not the best questions. And this is one of the reasons why these I don't know comes up, because of course they came to you to help them get to the root. So why questions will just hinder your progress. And so instead, what you want is to then rephrase that question inside the hypnotic questioning trainings. I will pause my students in the middle of a demo when they ask a why question, and I pause and I ask them to rephrase that question into a what or how question. So instead of asking why do you get freaked out when you speak in public, what makes you freaked out when you speak in public? How does the fear stop you from public speaking? Just notice the difference and the intensity of the questions. Why do you fear public speaking versus what makes you fear talking in public? How does the fear affect you speaking in public? Just notice the different how that question is and which type of questions make your clients think more and consider and become more internal, which is the point of the session, right? And so learning how to rephrase your questions this way is going to be tremendously helpful, and or in your client is going to be less likely to say I don't know, because they're going to pause because that question is really intense and it allows them to think. Therefore you will receive more unconscious information, which is the second point. Right? And so from instead of asking why questions, shift it to what or how questions to help them expand more. And this way, it helps you to get to the root faster. You'll make faster progress because the quality of your questions are amazing. And this is exactly what we teach inside the hypnotic questioning trainings, because this is something that you cannot learn from a book. I cannot give you a list of a 100 what or why questions because it is client dependent in front of you. So learning the skill in the moment as you're talking to the client in free flowing time right then and there is going to be the best way for you to practice this. So I encourage you, the next time you actually go into your sessions, when you catch yourself asking a why question, just ask that question again, but rephrase it to a what or how question, and see the difference with the information that your clients give you. I bet you it's going to be a lot more juicy. It's going to be a lot more fun, and you're going to progress a lot faster. So I hope that helps, and I will see you around.